I need help, but how can I trust you? That's something that every website owner needs to ask of every person that is going to work on their website. It's something that you should ask at the beginning, and you should verify it, periodically. It's like, can I still really trust this person? Case in point, worked with someone to get her website back from some developers that she engaged. I don't know the details on if they approached her or if she approached them, but needless to say, they were working together, and she was locked out of her website by those people that she went to ask for help. They were making changes to her site, updating her site, and taking it in a direction that she didn't want to go, but since she was locked out, she couldn't get them to stop. And whenever she would try to get them to stop, they kept giving the same answer of, oh no, we know what's best for you, just do it our way. And that's not what you should hear. If you hear that, if you're a website owner and you hear that, run. Just say thank you, goodbye, hang up, stop emailing, don't communicate with them again. Leave. Find someone else. So when working with a developer and finding a developer, you have to find out who they are, what they're about. You talk to them. You explain your goals, your mission, your vision for your website, and how it is you want to interact with your visitors, your potential customers, and also how you want to do any fulfillment, if fulfillment is part of it. The website that I was just mentioning before, she was selling a book on her website. Well, she didn't want to sell the book on the website. She wanted to redirect it to Amazon and then have Amazon handle the fulfillment, so that way she didn't have boxes and boxes of books at her house, and she had to rush home every day and pack books for 2 to 6 hours a night, or more, or less. Maybe it was a light day on some book sales. But she did not want to handle the fulfillment part of it. She wrote the book, she wants to advertise the book, and Amazon is an ideal vehicle for doing fulfillment. They're great. That's what they do. They will box it, ship it, and get it to you next day. Same day in some areas. So she didn't want to handle fulfillment, but these website developers said, no, 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 no. You need to handle fulfillment. That way you have a higher profit margin. Profits were not what she wanted. She wanted to get her book out to as many people as possible. It was more important to her that her message was heard by the most people she could reach. Having a website lets you reach a lot of people. It's online. Everybody has access to it. It's available 24/7 if you have a good web host. But it's available 24/7, and people can come through and consume your content at their leisure, on their time. So you can keep going. If someone is being slow, you don't have to sit there and try to drag someone in. It's not like not like at the circuses, or at what used to be circuses, where they would have somebody calling out front, come inside, see our awesome show. You don't have to stand there and do that. Your website is there. You just keep talking and directing people over there. People will find you. Needless to say, the mark was missed. She wanted to get her message out. She wasn't concerned with profits. She wanted to get the book to people as quickly as possible. She didn't want to deal with fulfillment. She didn't want to do most of the things that these developers were trying to get her to do. The developers were not listening. So that kind of goes against that trust a little bit. It's like, all right, fine. You're not listening. You're not paying attention to me. You're not doing what I want the website to do. That's kind of a violation of trust. And at that point, she should have removed the developers. She was actually trying to. When I started talking to her, it took about 2 months before the developers finally gave her back the keys to her website. In that time, I had found ways like, well, we can just go right here and just change the locks. We can go right here and just lock them out. But she didn't want to work like that. Again, it was her site. I was doing the help for her, and I gave her the options. But again, she has to take the lead. I am there to work for her on her site. That is how you build trust with people. You are there working for them and with them. You're not there to tell them, here's how you're going to run your business. No. You can make suggestions, but if you're in the website building business, you're probably not making business suggestions, you're making website suggestions. Or at least that's where you should keep your suggestions. So getting back to her website, got control over it again, worked with her, figured out what she wanted, got all of her links fixed to where they're now directed to her books on Amazon, had a few other links that had to be fixed in order to get people to the content and information that she wanted out. She could have cared less if any book sold. She more wanted to get the message out and to get people to listen and understand and come and read something. The books were secondary. The message was primary. So in getting her website fixed, we got it going, got all the links back to where they should have been, got a few other things cleaned off the site, got a few new things updated, so that way the site was more usable for the visitors, and then worked with her so that way she understood more of what went on in the back end, so she was able to go in and do more with her post. She even went in and was able to do some of the image updates. Excuse me. So she started tackling things that are kind of scary for website owners, and especially WordPress website owners, of going in and changing things in the header, changing things in the footer, making things appear where they've never appeared before. So she started doing that, and sometimes she's called and to say, hey, I need some help. I kind of broke it, all of it. But she kept calling me, and she would call me back because I worked with her to get her stuff back. I worked to build that level of trust that every website developer needs to build with their client. So working to build that trust to get to that level of someone calling and say, hey, I need help. That is what your goal should be. What do you think? What else could be done to build trust with your customers, or to build trust with someone that you're helping with their website? Because remember, the question is, help. How can I trust you?